The 2014-15 Race Freight Season 4 season-ending awards continue. The playoff match of the year winner features two separate bouts from two separate cities, both vying for 9th place. We will start with the match that happened first, San Francisco, California, between Luis Cordova and Vic Perez.
Incredible showdown between two guys in their mid-20s just entering their handball primes, and I think it set the stage for what's going to be an incredible rivalry between the two for many years to come. Vic Perez entered that 9th place final having defeated Martin Kearns in the playoffs, coming back from match point down to win 28-26. He faced Luis Cordova in that final, who was playing incredibly good handball, almost defeated Mondo Ortiz in the main draw, but made up for it by advancing to that 9th place final. The match went back and forth. Vic Perez had a lead. Luis Cordova kept coming back. Luis led 18-14. Then it was Vic leading 24-22 on the verge of clinching 9th place. And Dave, both these guys were just throwing themselves all over the court with reckless abandon. I don't think I've ever seen this much effort in my life. And this was a 9th place final. You can see what it means to these guys. Luis Cordova earns a side out at 24-22 and scores 4 straight points in one inning to steal 9th place from Vic Perez. Just an incredible match for all those who got to see it. Unbelievable.
Another 9th place, it features younger brother Danny Cordova going up against Stephen Cooney. And this one, not necessarily the most exciting match. There were some great elements to it, but the implications of this match make it a match of the year.
Well, it was certainly the most significant playoff match that we've ever staged. It was for 9th place, but it was for the 8th invite spot to Salt Lake City, which comes with that travel money, having to not play in the qualifier, and also sets you up to finish the season in the Elite 8, as well as setting the stage for who was going to win Rookie of the Year. It came down to these two guys, Daniel Cordova and Stephen Cooney. And Daniel Cordova, Dave, came out just playing exceptional handball. He defeated Luis Moreno earlier in the playoffs, so you know he had a lot of confidence. Stephen Cooney had overcome match point against Vic Perez earlier in the playoffs, knowing he needed to make the finals to have a chance at Salt Lake City Elite 8 invite. And Daniel Cordova came out in the finals, I think, serving about as well as we've ever seen anyone. Two-way hops right down the middle of the court. I don't know that anyone could have returned them. He led 15-5 at halftime. He took a 23-14 lead deep into the second half. Cooney had scored 5 straight points, and Daniel Cordova hit what I believe was the best shot of the season, a left-handed, off-balance, 33-foot, shoulder-height, flat rollout to score that 24th point. And he told me later, Dave, that was the shot that finally allowed me to relax, and it finally felt like I think I can win this match now, despite having a 10-point lead most of the way through. By virtue of winning that match, Dave, Daniel Cordova did steal that 8th invite spot to Salt Lake City, and he parlayed that, Dave, into a season-ending number 7 ranking.
And then when I got that point at 24, that was such a relief because I wasn't going for that at all. I mean, I was trying to hit something else. I missed it. And then to see him not make it to the front wall was kind of like, oh, God. Now the 25th one won't be that. I don't think there's going to be that much pressure. So that left hand, my brother told me that I had to risk it a little bit more because I was kind of hitting 3 balls. I was keeping it high. I was just thinking that if I kill this, I win. I went for it.
He also parlayed that into a Rookie of the Year honor, and we're going to give him that award as well and make this a duo award for him because he gets that match of the year in the qualifiers, but also Rookie of the Year. He did a lot of good stuff this year. It wasn't just his great appearance in San Francisco. He did go out there and win a collegiate national championship in between 2 stops.
As he gets the hugs from the friends, the family, fellow teammates. Here's the replay of that final shot as Danny pushes it down the right. Martin can't get out of the block. Turns around immediately and goes after the hug.
And Dave, he is a guy that will be on your short list to be a future number 1 star. A lot of times we see these Rookie of the Years, Dave, climb into that top 5, top 4, eventually maybe number 1. There's nothing that'll stop him.
Danny Cordova winning the Rookie of the Year and also being part of the qualifier match of the year. Congratulations. In the senior 40+ and women's elite, there were some strong finishers and some pretty close outcomes from Sienna Nishareen in the women's elite to Andy Russo in the 40+ division, earning honorable mentions.
Well, it was an amazing season, as you mentioned, for rookies, Dave. Even the players that didn't win Rookie of the Year made huge impacts this season, perhaps none greater than Tom Sheridan, who faces Chris Watkins in his first senior Race for 8 match after qualifying in the main draw of the Race for 8, defeating Eric Torres. He's trailing 21-18 to the Waddy Dog. The Waddy Dog was ranked in the top 5 all season. He comes back and scores 7 straight points to advance to the semifinal, then has basically a war against Andy Shad, 1 hour and 45 minutes, and they're tied at 21. It looked like the end was not coming anytime soon. Unfortunately, at that point, Andy tore his Achilles and was unable to really finish the match. Tom Sheridan advances to the final where he takes on Marco Chavez. He gets down 14-6. It looked like maybe a blowout, but Tom Sheridan, no way. He comes back. He almost grabs the lead at halftime, and he ends up losing that match, but gave a great show, and congratulations to him on winning the Senior Race Freight Rookie of the Year.
Rookie of the Year award going out to the women's bracket. Had a few that could have won it. Martina McMahon played in one more event than Sienna Shireen, both of them deserving of this award, but it was Martina who's consistent, took third place twice in a row. Talk about her just a little bit.
Well, Dave, the first time I saw Martina hit a ball was in New York, and I just couldn't believe it. I don't know if I've ever seen a player that was more smooth, more calculating, so effortlessly athletic as Martina. Just outstanding. Two great hands. She is left-handed, so maybe I'm partial to that. But Martina, a great season. She started the season at the U.S. Open. A lot of people don't know that. She lost her first match, didn't accrue any points there, but she came back strong in New York, as you said, defeated Danielle Daskalakis there, who on her home court.
So much power from Martina.
Then advances and finishes third there.
Where this ball hits,
almost defeats Aisling Riley, the current world champion in the semifinals of Salt Lake City. Finishes third there once again. So Martina McMahon is somebody that we'll be talking about for a long time, and I expect to see her in that mix for the biggest titles in the sport.
Congratulations to her, as well as Tom Sheridan and Daniel Cordova for winning the Rookie of the Year awards in those categories, women's, the 40+, as well as Elite 8 guys. For Dave Fink, my name is Dave Vincent. This has been another presentation from the World Players of Handball.